here. I wanted to make a short little video about the reasons why I actually really love and appreciate San Diego. I made a video maybe a few months ago now that has been my most popular video yet, called Why You Should Not Move to San Diego. So to balance it out a little bit, because I got some comments on there that were like, oh, San Diego is the most amazing place. I'm not from here, I love it. I thought maybe showing you one of my favorite places in San Diego, which is the beautiful Balboa Park, which I already kind of showed you some footage of, but this is where I am right now. I'm right next to the Botanical Gardens, which is right behind me. And yeah, this is probably my favorite place in San Diego. I should mention it is the day after Thanksgiving, so it's really, this is pretty empty for Balboa Park. Larger scale, so much culture here. It's beautiful, so much diversity in culture, and you know, tourists come here, so lots of diversity in people as well. If you are into a place that is very accepting of different types of people, whether they're gay, straight, different ethnicities, I would say this is a relatively very accepting place. Not 100%. I think in any place you'll always have you know, people with various opinions, and I think that's really important for kind of any community or society, to have a variety of people with different things to say about different topics, right? But I'm also someone who tries to quite frequently practice compassion, and I am definitely not perfect, but for me that includes being kind and open and loving and warm towards other people. So living in a place that's very accepting has definitely shaped a part of who I am. So if you were into that kind of thing, this is definitely a place that you would very much appreciate. I think that's something I take for granted, having lived here my whole life. I've never lived in, you know, places where that isn't common practice. So yeah, if that's something you are looking for or that's important to you, you will very likely find it here. Another thing I wanted to address that I mentioned in my last video that I received really, I thought, insightful comments about. By the way, if you feel this video is relevant to you, go ahead and type in, oh, how about grateful? Type in grateful if this video is relevant to you. I like to kind of get, you know, somewhat of a tally to see how much this is applicable to people who are watching, because ultimately I want to, you know, create videos that are helpful for people in some way. So anyways, back to what I was saying. I got a lot of comments about how, I should say, I don't know why I'm saying a lot. One comment in particular about how this was, I'm kind of, you could probably tell I might be more of an introverted person. So in my last video I mentioned it's harder for me to be around a lot of crowds and things like that. I don't like being in really crowded houses. I mentioned at the time I had, you know, a few roommates, and that it, you know, relatively worked out fine, but I think overall I'd probably do better on, you know, living in my own apartment kind of thing. Or in like a larger space if there were more people, right? I am on the introverted side, so if you enjoy being around a lot of people, then there's so much, you know, you probably wouldn't mind coming to Balboa Park when it's incredibly crowded. So, you know, take everything, all of the things I share with you with a grain of salt. And you know, some things maybe, if you're similar to me, you know, you may share my opinion, but if you don't, and this is like, you know, being around a lot of people sounds like so much fun to you, then maybe you would absolutely love it here. One person commented last time that asked me, since I mentioned I wanted to move, where are you moving? Well, I've actually not posted a video in a long time. and the reason is because I am so busy applying to graduate schools, and in an effort to help me move and explore different opportunities and places in the world. It'll likely be in the United States, but I'm applying to grad schools more or less across, it's a good spread of schools across the United States. Nowhere is, not nowhere more busy than San Diego. So yeah, if I get into any schools, I will let you know where I go. But until then, yeah, I'm still here in San Diego. I did want to emphasize a little more about how wonderful it is to be by both, beach and mountain. Know how common it is to be able to live in places where it's a fairly reasonable drive to get to both the beach and garden, but it is pretty freaking spectacular to be able to decide, on any given weekend, do I want to go to the beach this weekend, or would I prefer to go on a beautiful mountain hike with beautiful pine and cypress trees? It's pretty cool. Oh, there's a hummingbird. Let's see if I can catch it. Well, not literally, but on the camera. So cute. So I mentioned that I'm from here, so I kind of do this thing where I take for granted the weather all the time. Yeah, so it is November 25th, that's the day after Thanksgiving. If you are not from America, Thanksgiving is the day where everybody gets together, they eat a lot of food, it's like you're supposed to be thankful for, everything that you have, especially family, things like that. A lot of people, turkey's the big thing. I don't eat meat, I'm vegan, so obviously don't do the turkey thing, but I eat lots of really awesome, yummy other vegan food. So anyways, the reason why that's so important is because it's a winter in San Diego and it's sunny. It's beautiful out today. So yeah, I feel like I have to mention that. Yeah, November is like just the beginning of winter, so it's not the coldest. I'd say it's about in the lower 70s right now. Yeah, we're paying for the weather here, and it's pretty wonderful. Alright guys, well I'm gonna go get myself some yummy chai tea and probably spend the rest of my day doing some studying, since I am preparing for graduate school. As I mentioned, I haven't had a video out in so long, so I feel super rusty. But again, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this. I take video requests if there's anything you guys want to see in particular. I am more than happy to please, so just let me know. Post below. Okay guys, bye. This place the little jungle because it kind of reminds me of going on a little safari. And if you live in the tropics, you'd probably be laughing, but I live in a desert, so this is pretty exciting for me to come here. I love the roots on this tree. Isn't that spectacular? So this is what I like to do to kind of get away when the city gets to be a bit much. Just kind of wander around, find some quiet places. Oftentimes this area stays relatively quiet, which is surprising for how pretty it is, but even on the busy days. And of course this is free as well. You don't have to pay to come in here. It's just like a little hidden valley here. Oftentimes You know, I don't really come out here enough because I find working full-time, there's just so much to do during the week.